with the Liberal caucus starting. Honourable Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to respond to the Premier. Mr. Speaker, we had one of the most devastating disasters in this country's history, and the true character of the people of this province and people of this country shone through as neighbour helped neighbour in need. It took everyone's effort in this province to get through this very difficult time, and I was amazed at how that parade in Calgary went on. When the going got tough, Albertans got going. Mr. Premier, I'm going to start by doing something that doesn't happen often enough in the House. I'm going to give the government credit for doing a good job. The government's emergency response in the immediate aftermath of the flood was very good. I'm happy to give the government credit for that. The emergency plan was solid and executed well, and Albertans got back to their lives regularly. Please, everyone, give the government credit for this. Mr. Speaker, one reason it's so rare for opposition leaders and MLAs to give the government credit for doing a good job is because it doesn't happen nearly enough in this province. Too often the government falls down on the job and fails Albertans, and a prime example of this comes in the area of flood mitigation. The flood in June wasn't the first disaster of its kind in Alberta. We all remember the devastating floods of 2005, and certainly there have been other floods in the province's history. Given this, one might think the government would have taken steps to mitigate future flooding after 2005. But of course we know they did not. This government completely failed in its duty to protect the province from future flooding, even leaving millions and millions of federal dollars on the table. So while the initial response to the flood was excellent, I can't help but think that the damage caused by the flood was worse than it needed to be. And given this government's record when it comes to broken promises, secret dealings and mismanagement, I have serious concerns about what we will see moving forward when it comes to the vital work of flood recovery and reconstruction. I look forward to working with the government to get this done right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.